Oh my God, Leo, MSTR is going to 548 pre-market. I am buying fucking calls, says a guy who's mesmerized by the last few green candles, who just can't take it anymore. And instead of using one of the easiest entries in the world, he buys calls instead of puts, ignoring all the messages, all the audios, all the videos we've been talking about, how MSTR is a motherfucking bubble in relation to Bitcoin, and anything that has this sort of madness is supposed to reverse to the mean, which we partially have seen today. Now, it might have come to a shock to someone that bought fucking calls yesterday and today, but it didn't come to a shock to us because, again, when 2 plus 2 equals 14, it will reverse to a mean. At some point, it's going to be a 4. But at this point, I mean, we're still at like 10. 2 plus 2 is still equals 10 on MSTR. But in this video, guys, I want to talk about why so many of you fucked this trade up and what you could be doing differently to make sure you do much better going into the future. So, you know, when you look at a loss of momentum pattern and you can identify a fundamental flaw within a stock, which we have voiced in last few videos talking about MSTR, every Bitcoin MSTR holds is worth 6 times more than actual Bitcoin. So the question's been, why the fuck would somebody buy MSTR instead of just buying Bitcoin? Like, if you use the same amount of money to buy actual Bitcoin, you would be able to buy 6 times more of Bitcoin for the money that you're spending on MSTR. And apparently, some people have been so fucking brainwashed that they believe in this bullshit metric that MSTR came up with. They come up with this shit. It's called BTC Yield. Okay, so basically, I mean, to make the long story short, it's total crap. Basically, it's associated, the higher the MSTR stocks goes, the more Bitcoin they're going to be able to buy. But that's nothing to do with the relationship between the value of Bitcoin MSTR holds and the fucking value of Bitcoin. In relation to Bitcoin, MSTR is an absolute fucking bubble. So if you saw that, and if you understood that, and if you understood the 13 market moves, loss of momentum pattern, you would have had no fucking problems buying puts yesterday and buying puts at the open today. See, but most of the people are driven by what? Most of the traders are driven by their emotions. And emotions will fuck up your greatest entries. They will fuck up your greatest exits. They will fuck up the greatest trades that you could ever pursue as a trader. And so on this MSTR trade, imagine you bought puts yesterday on MSTR, right? And this morning you wake up and shit goes higher. And you're like, there's no way in the world I'm buying more puts, which is exactly what you should be fucking doing if you understand what's going on beneath the hood. But most of the people, what? They look at their P&L. Oh my God, I'm losing money on this shit. I can't be buying more puts at the moment where they should be loading up on fucking puts. Now, 180 points lower, sure, every motherfucker in the world wants to buy puts. But is it time to buy puts 180 points below the fucking market open? No, that's not what we teach you here at 13 Market Moves. Shit. Guys, you have to keep your emotions in check. And you know, the craziest thing is that an average trader looks at this 180 point drop for the day, 20% drop, and they're like, whoa, oh my God, well, I mean, who's doing this? Who's fucking selling? Like, we've talked about it. Get on with the fucking program, okay? But the question you should be asking, how did you not have the fucking courage within you to take the entry at the fucking top? That's the question you should be asking as a trader. And the answer is you were looking at the next green candle. As long as you're going to keep looking at the 1 day, 1 minute chart and focus only on what is the current moment, what is something, whether it's MSTR or something else, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're only going to focus on what's happening now, you will never ever beat the market. You will never ever beat the market in a big way, in a profound way that would even matter. We're not talking about watching some price action, jumping in, where some is fucking pumping, making a few thousand. Okay, fine, whatever. But like the big trades, right? Especially when we're talking about trading weekly options, okay? Your biggest fucking trades are not going to be on the call side. They're going to be on the put side because shit drops so much faster than it goes higher. By that very definition, you're always better off trading weekly options on the put side, not on the call side. Not to say that we have not had some great trades on the call side. I mean, just recently, fucking Tesla trade, 80x within 5 days, right? The day before Trump won, we called it. So, I mean, we go both ways. I mean, puts and calls, but I'm saying from the standpoint of mathematical simplicity, you're always better off buying puts rather than calls because shit drops so much faster and time matters when we're talking about options, right? You only have so much time for this contract to pay you. So it takes so much less time to make so much of a bigger move within that time frame. When things drop, mathematically it pays to trade put options. Okay, so now that we've gotten out of that way, and some of you would be like, you were watching like, oh, Leo, I mean, this shit just keeps going higher. And so maybe you didn't buy it yesterday. Maybe you got scared shitless and you didn't short the top this morning. You were probably looking at the shit drop and you bought it when it was dropping. Like initially in the morning, it was fucking dropping like 80 points and then it bounces. And some of you are just like, oh my God, Leo, well, fuck it. Oh my God, it's bouncing. They're going to buy it. This shit's going to 1,000. Like, fucking chill the fuck out. Learn the simple loss of momentum pattern. And so I want you, if you're actually trying to study the markets, go and pull up the charts of SMCI. There's actually a very detailed video, actually multiple videos on the chart of SMCI when it was hitting the top like 9, 10, 11 months ago. You can go look up and listen to those videos when SMCI was hitting 1,100, 1,150, 1,200. In that area, when SMCI was making these colossal moves, they were very synonymous to the current recent moves, percentage-wise, that is, to the way MSTR has been trading and progressing. The charts are almost synonymous to the magnitude of 100% similarity, and the pattern itself is very synonymous. So when you're looking at what SMCI has done, and if you just studied that pattern, and all of you should know where the fuck SMCI is trading now, it is the same pattern that MSTR stock has been able to produce over the course of recent history. So today was that moment that is clear, the same moment when SMCI was trading at a level 1,100 before it began the major bear reversal, and it is still arguable to whether SMCI has hit the button at the bottom or they're still going lower. At that point, we're not fucking with SMCI. I mean, shit, we shorted it at 1,100. It's at $28 today or whatever today. We don't fuck with $20, $30 stocks. With options, that's something you don't do. I mean, maybe with very, very rare exceptions. So the point is the pattern. If you focus on the fucking pattern, you're not sitting and screaming there, oh my God, I'm up 400%. Leo, I couldn't take it. I jumped out. No, you don't do that kind of shit. Okay, because if you study the history of charts and patterns, you understand the loss of momentum pattern. It's not just a one-day fucking drop. It's a multi-day drop, and it doesn't stop. Okay? Within the next 9 to 12 months, MSTR could be at $25 fucking dollars. Okay, most of the people don't remember. If you go rewind all videos, back to like a few years ago when MSTR, at the time, was trading at $150, $200, $300, which would be an equivalent adjusted for stock split that MSTR recently did. That would be an equivalent of us calling MSTR when it was trading at $15, $20, $25 before it broke out. But, of course, Wall Street, where the fuck was Wall Street back then? Nobody wanted to hear the bullish case from 13 market moves then. And, of course, now that we're at $500, nobody wants to hear the bearish 13 market moves case now. But yet, it's like the same thing. 62 fucking Wall Street analysts are bullish on NVIDIA before earnings. 6 people have a hold rating and 0 people have a sell rating, and the stock drops. So from the trading perspective, not long-term investment perspective, I mean, if you listen to the 68 top-notch motherfuckers on Wall Street and you bought calls on NVIDIA, I mean, how would you do? You would have lost your ass. I mean, is anybody talking about that today? That 100% of motherfucking Wall Street was wrong on trading NVIDIA? No. Somehow. It is fucking shocking how many people talk shit about 13 market moves. They talk shit about me, okay? But yet, nobody acknowledges that 100% of motherfucking Wall Street was wrong on NVIDIA, okay? But that's not even so relevant. What's relevant is so many people come to trade with 13 market moves. They don't follow the program, and then they bitch about 13 market moves. Like, I can give you example of motherfuckers that shorted MSTR yesterday, and when they saw it pump in the morning, guess what? They dumped it. They sold their golden puts at the open just to see what? To see 180 point fucking drop. Now, what do you call that? You call that an emotional fucking decision from somebody that doesn't have a clear understanding why they're getting into a trade and why they're getting out of a fucking trade. If you were trading with me, I sent you a message this morning. I said, look, I'm a little bit skeptical of NQ puts, which we may have to temporarily exit, but MSTR puts, I'm not fucking worried about. As a matter of fact, we should double down on this shit or triple down on it when market opens. So, if you guys trade with me as your coach, you know how real that shit got this morning. Because a lot of you were about to puke. And I held you on this fucking trade right before it fucking collapsed 180 points. And if you had the balls to stay in it, you got paid 1,300% in one fucking day. Which, guys, I'm telling you, 1,300% is not shit. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because people are looking at the collapse of MSTR today, and they're trying to figure out, oh my God, well, there was like, this must have been a 100x trade. No, this is not a 100x trade. For the very reason that I have stated in many videos in the last 5 years, for you to make a ton of money in options, options have to be underpriced. In case of MSTR yesterday and this morning, even this morning when it was shooting to the fucking moon, options were overpriced. You cannot put together a 50x trade under market conditions where options are overpriced. You can get 5-10x trade, maybe 13-15x trade at best, if you don't be a little bitch and jump out early. But you cannot get a 50x trade. You not get a 20x trade. You cannot get a 30, 50, anything above 15x. You cannot get when options are fucking overpriced. Okay? So that's where a lot of traders, they look like, oh my God, well, this shit collapsed. Okay, but we make more money on a fucking 50, 60 point drop on S&P 500 futures. We make more money on a 200-300 point drop on NASDAQ futures. We make more money, NASDAQ futures options, that is, right? We make more money on bonds, futures options, trading options on bond moves than this trade has made. So people are in the dark. They don't understand, like, damn, this looks like a big move. Okay, yeah, but sometimes a big move doesn't necessarily make you a 50 or 100x. You got to look at the trades from the perspective of how much am I paying for the option in relation to the size of the move. And so clearly when something goes and is ridiculously in a fucking bubble, nobody even wants to sell you an option unless they're selling it to you at a huge premium. So that was exactly the case. And that is why, okay, 5K on this trade went to like 60K, but for some people, 65, 70K. But 5K on this trade didn't go. Like, we had some people make 5K on gold calls that went, 120K, 150K in certain instances this week, depending on price expiration and so on, and entries and exits. So there are trades that are there that you're missing on daily basis. That's the point here, guys, is there trades that you're missing on daily basis because you're looking at gold futures like, okay, what is it like? A 20-30%, 20-30 point move? Well, depending on the time frame and when you enter and exit the trade, like that's a sizable trade. That could make you a lot more if the options are mispriced than 180 point move in MSTR when options are way overpriced. So your goal as a trader is to find out two things. Clearly, we all want sure fucking thing like MSTR on the put side, while it looks to the rest of the world like it's a sure thing on the call side. But you want a trade that for sure is going to pay. Okay, but on the other side, okay, you want to take risk. That's why you come to trading. You want a trade that's going to pay you 20, 30, fucking 50, 100x. But you got to be able, in order to nail those trades, you got to identify the entries and the opportunities in the markets when options are underpriced. And I'm telling you now, put options on the market, like on certain sectors of the market, on certain stocks. They're dirt cheap, underpriced. Underpriced. I can probably name 5 to 8 trades right now that are just stupidly underpriced in terms of how much you can buy the option for in relation to the size of the move. So if those stocks or those futures will move to the magnitude of 20%, you're not looking at a 13x trade. You're looking at a 113x trade. I'm looking at these trades now, guys, but I want to address something that is critical when you take these trades, because again, there was a moment when MSTR was dropping and it was falling off the cliff early in the morning, then it bounced and people like, oh, okay, they're buying the dip. They were like, in the group, guys, if you were in the group, you saw it. When shit bounced, I said, we are buying fucking puts on MSTR. We are adding puts on MSTR when it bounced from like 425 to 480, 481, 479. I said, we are buying the fuck out of puts. Why did we do it with such high level of confidence? Guys, it's the charts, okay? I have multiple people that are just screaming, oh my God, Leo, I just saw my account go from 20,000 to 120,000, Leo, and oh my God, now it's back to Only 40,000. What do I do? You fucking buy more MSTR puts, damn it. But Leo, I can't. It's bouncing. Oh my God. It was like a swing of $80,000. Oh my God. Thank God my wife didn't see this, Leo. She would have killed me. Like, look, man, like, you can't be fucking doing this kind of shit. You're too goddamn emotional because you don't understand the chart pattern. Because you don't understand what a loss of momentum pattern is. You don't understand the fundamentals by how much MSTR is a fucking bubble in relation to Bitcoin. If you don't understand those things, then clearly when shit bounces, you're not looking at it as like, oh my God, thank you for this glorious opportunity at this fine day to short the hell at this bubble. Okay, you're not looking at it like that. You're like, oh my God, it's a bounce. I got to get out. As a short seller, you do not get out on bounces. You short the fucking bounces. And I say it with such a high level of emotion because, guys, most of you do exactly the fucking opposite. You know, you don't short the bounce. You short the dip, and then you wonder, like, whoa, Leo, how'd you do a 50x trade on that? Yeah, it's because I shorted the bounce, and you shorted the fucking dip. That's how. That's the fucking difference. I bought my options for 65 cents, and you bought yours for $12.75. That's the fucking difference. That's how I'm able to do a 50x plus trade on the same fucking pattern while you're screaming there hoping your wife is not going to walk in and see your trading account at the moment when shit is reversing after she just saw it being up so much. That's the reality. So, you know, you have to face your emotions, guys, and the only way you can do it is by understanding the patterns and understanding the charts. So somebody told me today, Leo, but my account was up so much. Why didn't we sell? I said, because your account is going to be way bigger by the fucking end of the day if you just hold on to the motherfucking trade. That's why. But Leo, how can you be so certain that we're going to drop below the initial drop? Because I know the fucking patterns. Because I've taken thousands and millions of fucking trades with a similar pattern over 20 years, guys. And when you can see a pattern, you stay with it. You stay with the move. You don't jump out on some bullshit, 70%, 70-point drop when you're literally staring this morning at 180% drop, and yet people are bitching why they didn't jump out initially on a 70-point drop. Do you see how ridiculous this shit is? And then they're worried when shit bounces and now it's only down like 50 points. Oh my God, Leo, it's a bounce. I can't take this. You can't take what? Waiting 3 more fucking hours for the shit to crash 180 points in total? Is that the shit you cannot wait? Yet the people, like I'm telling you, 99.9% of the traders, they're the victim of their P&L. They focus so much on their fucking P&L, okay? A trader is going to sit and just look at the P&L, 360 minutes of the trading session, which is like 9:30 in the morning till 4 p.m. And they're just going to look at their P&L, go up, fucking down. And, the truth is, people can't handle it. And if you're only going to look at your P&L, fucking 360 minutes looking at the P&L, you're going to get yourself fucked in your head, okay? You should be looking at the charts. That is why the number one problem for traders is, well, Leo, I got out too early. I got out, I made $2,000. I know I could have made fucking $32,000 if I didn't get out early. But Leo, I don't know what happened to my balls. I know what happened to your balls, okay? You never studied the charts. You never understood the setup. You never understood the size of the move that could be happening. And that's why you dislocated your balls. The truth is, you can regain your balls If instead of looking at your P&L every fucking 30 seconds, you would look at the chart and you would look how the loss of momentum pattern is progressing in your favor, and you would actually welcome the bounce off of initial low for the day. You would welcome the bounce. When shit bounce, you'd be like, yes, that is a confirmation of the fucking pattern. That is not a reason to get fearful. That is not a reason to be scared. That is not a reason to be looking at my P&L, which temporarily, yes, P&L is going to fluctuate. What the fuck else do you expect? You're supposed to come into trading and watch your P&L only go up the moment you take a trade every fucking time? Are you out of your fucking mind? That's never going to happen. The market is designed to fuck with your mind every day. And if you let it, you're going to lose every day. You're going to fucking lose. Okay? What's even more sad is, you know, I have some intelligent people that trade with me. But a lot of them fail for the same reason I described. They're fucking emotions. It's the fucking emotion. So it's not even, the level of intelligence that you have that matters when you trade. I mean, certainly, it helps. But some people are just too smart for their own fucking good. I mean, they're so smart, they think that they're outsmarting the market because they're getting in when shit is dropping, and then they have good means to short on the bounce, but they never short it because the bounce looks too strong, and they fuck themselves on what? On a 500K trade. That's what happens. The same, you think you're going to get every drop and every bounce every fucking day? You're highly fucking mistaken. The moment you will try to outsmart the market, it's going to bitch slap you, and you will lose out on a huge opportunity. That is why when you come to 13 market moves, the number one thing I'm going to try to teach you is hold on to your fucking trade. The last thing, okay, it's not the loss that you could be taking that you should be worried about. It is losing your position under current market conditions where the market is all the motherfucking top. They're not even buying the best stocks out of the best motherfucking stocks like Nvidia. And you're worried that the market is going to go higher? Come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Can you not see? Like, 2 + 2. There's hundreds of bare fucking divergences. The market is overhyped to the max. Everything is motherfucking priced in. Somebody asked a question in the group yesterday, Leo, Nvidia beat on earnings, it beat on revenue, it beat on guidance. Why the shit dropping? Because of the fucking expectations. It's all been priced in. I already told you earlier in the audio why. Hello? 62 fucking Wall Street analysts thinks it's a strong buy. 6 fuckers think it's a hold. And 0 people think it's a sell. Now, you could be thinking that how can everybody be fucking wrong? But that is the kind of context you got to be looking at when you're trying to buy calls on fucking Nvidia, when everybody is absolutely convinced that it's going to beat on earnings. And then what happens? It beats on earnings. And then what happens? Nobody gives a fuck because everybody already expected Nvidia to beat on earnings. Is that a reason to buy? Everybody's already expected that. Now let's say you have 22 analysts that were super bullish, and you had 34 analysts that had a sell rating, and then Tesla comes in and it beats earnings. Then you have a chance of 34 other fuckers that had a sell rating on it actually convert to being more bullish on the stock, and that's how you get the stock to move higher. You never get a stock to move higher after everybody and their fucking mother-in-law already bought it. We're talking about 2 + 2. As a trader, you don't focus on whether somebody beats or misses. Okay, you focus on the fucking reaction of the market to the outcome, to the event. The event in such case is Nvidia earnings. So, guys, if you want to reach some serious levels as a trader, okay, you got to face your fears. That's a given. You got to understand charts and divergences and patterns. That's a given because that's the stuff that allows you to stay sane and confident and trade with a high level of confidence when the market is conditioning you to do otherwise. And guys, it takes zero courage to buy calls when market is going higher. It takes zero courage to buy puts when market is dropping. And that very strategy also makes very little money, close to zero. So if you keep buying calls on a market where everyone is pricing for shit to go up, okay, well, guess what? It's already fucking priced in. The options are already pricing that. So what are you looking to make? Not much. You want to catch some big trades, 20x, 30x, 50x trades, all right? You come to 13 Market Moves and you trade with a coach. Because your coach is going to help you hold on to your trades before you jump out like a little bitch, which you're doing every fucking day. And you keep doing the same shit every fucking day. You know the definition of that, but you keep fucking doing it, okay? If you've never taken your account, let's say from $5K to $100,000, trading options in like 2-3 days, you're doing something wrong, guys. It's either you're not dealing with the emotions as a trader, you're not dealing with, you know, some maybe mental constraints that you set for yourself, which again, it's a part of your emotions as a trader. You're not focusing on the charts. You're jumping in early. You're getting into your trades too late. I mean, it is the same fucking thing. So what I'm saying is that shit's got to change. If you're serious about changing your trading, that shit's got to change now. So, I mean, please don't waste our time here at 13 Market Moves. Don't sign up and scream like, oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll follow the program. And then the next thing you do is you jump out of the fucking trade the moment, you know, the trade is reversing on you because you don't understand. Well, it's just a temporary bounce that you should be buying more puts on before the shit goes way lower, right? I mean, sign up if you really mean to learn. Sign up if you really mean to do something different with your trade. And that's the only reason you come to 13 Market Moves. I mean, if you want to keep doing the shit you're doing now, jumping out early, not making any fucking money, be happy if you have, oh my God, Green Day? Shit. Please. You can do all that bullshit on your own. You come to 13 Market Moves only if you're really serious about pursuing greatness as a trader. That's it. If you have any questions about what I spoke about in this video, you can give us a call at 13marketmoves.com or 13mmtv.com. The very last thing I didn't get a chance to talk about was market conditions, guys. And, you know, you could be the greatest trader in the world in the shittiest market conditions and you will fail. You could have the greatest market conditions in an okay trader and you can make money. But if you get your game perfected and you get perfect market conditions, those are the moments when you get to make millions while other fucking market participants are dead asleep. So if you want to do that, you fucking come to 13 Market Moves. Let's roll.